Hey there, I'm Stephanie Langston for Yallwire in Nashville, where we're catching up with Dustin Lynch. How's
Hello.
it going?
I'm wonderful.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and confess to everybody, since I got a sneak show of you taking off your shirt just now, didn't I?
Oh my goodness, you did. Yeah, I'm sorry.
They missed
Did I
it.
offend you?
They missed it. No, it was great. I was just sitting here prepping for the interview.
No, it
I
was
turned
great.
around. He's like, Buck.
Well, you got to get ready.
Is that how you meet all your first-time interviews?
That's
like
how I
this?
break the ice, exactly.
I feel more comfortable now.
Very good.
All right, back to the interview. Your self-titled debut CD just hit store shelves.
Yes.
And
What a dream come true.
yeah, how does that feel?
It's amazing. I moved to Nashville 9 years ago, so to be at this point in my career, Cowboys and Angels has changed my life, allowed me to make an album. And that's something I dreamed about doing when I moved to town. So.
Was it a long process of making it? And
Well, the recording process took about a year, but I've been writing for 9 years in Nashville. But honestly, I've written about 300 songs for this album and then listened to thousands of songs in town. And so, it's probably all in all a 3-year process to get this down. And, I couldn't be more happy about how it turned out.
well, Tullahoma is where you're from, and it's not too far from Nashville.
Not far at all, no.
So you moved down here as a teen, I guess, to
Yeah.
start your work?
Yeah, 18 years old, didn't know a person here, but I knew I should hang out at Bluebird Cafe, and that's where my hero Garth would hang. And so I was like, man, let's go where he hung out. I just learned how to write songs from the guys in there playing, and it was honestly where I went to dream to, and dreamed of this moment. And so it's really cool. It's really cool that Bluebird has played such an important piece, in my career as an artist so far.
And you had to sneak in there from time to time? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, well, in other venues, out on Broad, I thought I was going to move to Nashville and get to start playing out at every bar down here, and realized, wait a second, I'm not 21. How am I going to do this? So I actually got a fake ID. That way I could start sneaking into bars and listening to music and start learning from the guys down here.
I'd die for her and she lives for me. Cowboys and Angels.
You said Cowboys and Angels is a single on the CD. It's changed your life. Take us back to that day when you were writing it and what that was like.
Yeah, it was my first co-write ever with Tim Nichols and Josh Leo, 2 guys that I idolized. They're just huge songwriters, and I had Cowboys and Angels as an idea. And after getting to know the guys a little bit, Tim Nichols brought out his song book and had Cowboys and Angels written down as well. Both had never met each
Really?
other. Had the same song idea that morning, and it was just kind of a weird feeling came across the room. And we wrote this song. We knew we had a good song, a special song. Obviously, didn't know it'd be the first single, but here we are, almost with the top 10, and 2 years later, there's a little bit bigger hand over this whole thing happening.
But the lyrics in it are awesome. But what do
you.
you think it is that appeals to the listeners?
Well, I wrote this about my grandparents, and they're high school sweethearts, and just salt of the earth folks. And I know Tim and Josh wrote it from a personal spot too, and we wanted to keep it universal. The lyric is universal, where everybody can relate to it, and that's the most humbling thing as a songwriter and an artist singing Cowboys and Angels is hearing the stories on what this song means to everybody and how they relate it to their life.
And you actually wrote 10 of the 13 songs
I did,
on the
yeah.
album. And a lot of them are very personable.
They are, definitely. There's a song, actually the bonus track, called Your Plan. I wrote all by myself. It was a prayer that I needed to say a couple years back when I didn't know if this thing was going to happen or not, and I didn't know if music was my calling at the time. And this Your Plan fell out as a prayer in my basement in the middle of the night at about 15 minutes. And I couldn't think of a better way to wrap the album up than with that.
Awesome. And so you're out there touring now. You're headlining
Yes.
and you're selling out. I mean,
we are, yeah. Crazy enough.
This happened real quick, huh?
All over the country, we're getting, the crowds are growing each night, and they're getting louder each night. And I live for the live show. I live to get out there. Now with the album out, I can't wait to see what people start singing back to us first.
So where all can we catch you?
Well, DustinLynchMusic.com is where you can find out everywhere I'm going to be, because I don't even have a clue where I'm going to be. I'm all over the place. We're left, right, up and down all the time, and come out to a show and get wild with us. We'll have a good time.
All right. Thanks so much,
Thank
Dustin
you.
Lynch.
Girls like you and guys like me. Cowboys and Angels.